What a playmaker A.J. Henning has been throughout his college football career. 616 receiving yards, 4 touchdowns between his time at Michigan and Northwestern, over 2,200 career all-purpose yards. He's been all Big Ten a couple of different times, multiple institutions. He is honored with his talents. 45 receptions, 418 yards, 4 touchdowns last season for the Cats. And now I have found a way to catch him. Most defenders cannot corral A.J. Henning, and yet here you are, man. Really appreciate you being here in studio with us on Big Ten Today. And the transition that you made, going from Michigan, where you had so much success, and now getting through a season in Evanston, where you get to be a bit closer to home, of course. How's it been, man? Have you enjoyed playing in this proximity to your family?
Oh, yeah, no doubt. After graduating from Michigan, making the transition here closer to home, coming back home, it was great. Being an hour from my hometown, being able to have, lots of families come up to the games, and, just having a year under my belt in Evanston, it's been a lot of fun. This past season was a lot of fun.
And I mean, I was just talking to Greg Schiano a few minutes ago about Kyle Monangai and being a guy who could have potentially gone to the National Football League, came back for another year. You're certainly the level of player in that same milk. How much thought did you give to maybe going and trying your hand at the NFL now versus returning like you're going to do?
Yeah, no doubt. Those were definitely conversations that I had, and, talking with my family and coaches, and just kind of getting having real honest conversations about, the next level. And we just came down to the conclusion, benefiting me and my process, it would be best to come back for another year.
Now, having multiple institutions that you've played for, of course, the University of Michigan, where you made so many plays and did so well during your time there, program went on to win a national championship this past season. I would imagine you stay in touch with some of the guys in Ann Arbor who you had a lot of memories with. What was it like watching them go win it all?
Man, it was great. It was great. Like you said, I'm in contact with those guys. Some of them still on the daily to this point. So, just seeing all the hard work come to fruition and them being able to accomplish a goal that, I was a part of, and, we talked about on the daily of, going to win a national championship. It was something really special to see, and I marveled at, all the hard work and everything they accomplished this year. It was really cool to see.
And speaking of accomplishments, you guys in Evanston certainly had some this past season as well. And when you first transferred into the program, I don't know if you knew exactly what you were going to be getting into. No one could have anticipated the way the offseason went last year for Northwestern. Somehow you guys came together behind Coach Braun and not only put together a winning record in the Big Ten, but 8 wins on the whole. Did it feel special to be able to be involved in what ended up being a really remarkable season for Northwestern football?
Yeah, it was special, and it was something that I'll never forget. Being a part of something like that is something that, the guys in the locker room going to work every day, you could see it in their eyes. You could see the work that they were that was being put in to have a season like that. You know what I'm saying? Having Coach Braun there and, working every day with us and, giving it his all and us giving it our all every day, we're working to something special. And nobody else may have believed in the Cats, but, the guys in the locker room and our coaching staff, they believed in us to do something special. So it was remarkable.
I had a blast calling the game you guys played against Minnesota, where you were down by 21 points in the fourth quarter. It seemed like Minnesota early in that fourth quarter had a fourth down touchdown run that maybe had punctuated the game for them, where they got up by 3 scores. Was that a moment, perhaps the moment in the season where you and your new Northwestern teammates really began to believe, we're capable of doing something special?
Yeah, I think that was a statement win for our season, of course. I think that embodies what the program is all about. You know what I'm saying? Like, beginning of the fourth quarter, down by 21 points, and you storm back and make a comeback. All the adversity is just all the odds against you, and, you do something like that that's special. You kind of look at yourself a little different coming out of that game. You have a little bit of swagger, a little bit of belief to you that you're seeing the hard work that you put in show up tangibly on the field.
And it was a game where not only, you as a returner, but you made big plays as a receiver down the stretch, leading Northwestern back into that game too. And so we've seen that aspect of your game evolve and begin to really develop what you can be as a playmaking wideout. Now you got a new OC coming in, yet another offensive system that you'll be tasked with learning here in your college career. What's it been like so far? Zach Lujan coming in, go through a spring with him. How do you feel like just the education process of this new offensive system is going?
Oh, Coach Lujan's been great. I would say this spring has been great, just learning the system. Me being in my third offense now as a veteran guy, it's kind of easy to kind of pick up on the offense. But no, he's been great. He brings great energy every day, and he just comes with just the way what he brings every day to us. He's a great guy, great coach, and great leader.
And it seems like, there's obviously been some adjustments on the coaching staff, but to be able to have that energy that really gets infused to things, it can be something that's infectious for a team as you guys are trying to build something together. Do you have a sense yet for how your role in this offense may end up evolving, versus what you were able to do last year?
I would just say just being a complete wide receiver, being a complete playmaker. Anything they ask me to do, I'm going to be able to do it. And I'll do it to the best of my ability, whether that's on the outside, whether that's on the inside, whether that's jet sweeps, screens. I'm all for it, and I'm excited to do it.
Now, Brendan Sullivan, one of your teammates from last season, he ended up recently hitting the transfer portal, as you may be aware. So the quarterback position will end up being a bit different for you guys this coming fall. How do you see your role then with one quarterback, one veteran now leaving the program? Do you see your role now impacting what the quarterback position will look like, whomever's going to be behind center for Northwestern? Will you have to have a leadership role in making sure they're as ready as possible?
I think my leadership role as a whole, just being a veteran guy who's played a lot of football, is there and prominent in the program to begin with. But I just know that the coaches are doing a great job, and the guys in that room, the quarterback room, are doing a great job of continuing to develop and continue to be prepared, when their opportunity comes.
Well, one of the places that we've always seen throughout your entire career is when you're back returning the football. And I always love asking guys who are so exceptional at it like you, just to sort of take us inside that moment, that mentality when the ball is in flight. I don't know if things go silent for you, if you hear everything that's surrounding you, if these big angry people are breathing and sweating, getting ready to take your head off. What is that like as the ball's in flight?
Talking with a special teams coordinator that I had to begin my career, he told me, you got to be kind of crazy to have this job. All 11 guys on the field are running after you, and you're focused on the ball in the air, trying to catch the ball, and then you have to, make a play after. So I would say when I'm back there, my mindset of being a returner is first focusing on the football, making sure all my keys are right, making sure I'm square, catching the ball, and, elbows together and all those things of that nature. But, that's just such a big play in the game, and people kind of downplay it, Special teams is a huge part of the game, and it can be a momentum shifting play that can make or break a game down the stretch. So I'm just excited to, continue to step into that role and continue to affect the game in any way I can, especially in that special teams role for sure.
And you're one of the best at it. There's no doubt about that. And some of the players who went on to the National Football League will be able to make their way because of what they do on special teams.